Lily sprinted down the crowded streets of New York, her warm leather bag bouncing against her side. Her resume
Are
neatly
you all
folded
right?
in
Here,
her
let me
hand
help.
was her
Yeah,
ticket
thanks.
to her
I'm
first
fine.
big opportunity.
You gave me a scare.
A marketing
Sorry about that.
interview at a prestigious firm in Manhattan. She had spent weeks preparing, memorizing statistics, rehearsing her introduction and perfecting her portfolio. Today was the day everything could change. She could feel her heart pounding as she dodged pedestrians, weaving past street performers and hot dog stands, determined not to be late. As she turned a corner, a sudden commotion caught her attention. A man dressed in a tailored navy suit slipped on a slick patch of sidewalk near a puddle. He flailed his briefcase flying from his grasp, and for a split-second time seemed to slow. Without thinking, Lily dove forward, catching him by the arm and steadying him. The man's eyes widened in surprise as he regained his balance, water dripping from his polished shoes and the hem of his trousers. "Thank you," he murmured, his voice low but steady. "I didn't see that coming." Lily smiled, brushing the damp strands of her hair from her face. "It's okay, be careful next time." She glanced at her watch, panic rising. She was already running behind schedule and every second counted. She had to get to the interview. "I'm really sorry about the mess," the man said, glancing apologetically at his soaked briefcase in the puddle. "It's fine," Lily replied, quickly forcing herself to step back. "I should go, big day ahead." She started to run again, weaving through the morning rush. But fate seemed to have other plans. As she reached the street, a taxi screeched past, blocking her path. She tried to flag it down, but it was gone in an instant. Her heart sank. She glanced at her phone. She was already 10 minutes late. She could see the glass doors of the firm in the distance, but the world seemed to conspire against her. By the time she finally arrived, panting and soaked from the drizzle, the receptionist shook her head with sympathy. "I'm sorry," the woman said gently. "They don't take late applicants." Lily's stomach dropped. She had worked so hard for this moment, and now it was gone, lost to a few minutes of bad luck, and ironically, an act of kindness. She turned, trying to hide her disappointment, and started walking away, her dreams of a big break dissolving with every step. What she didn't know was that the man she had helped, standing across the street and watching her retreat, wasn't just anyone. He was Alexander Reed, a millionaire entrepreneur in town for an important investment meeting. His interest wasn't in a puddle, a wetsuit, or even the briefcase. It was in her something about her selfless act, her quick thinking, and her genuine concern for a stranger had caught his attention. In that fleeting moment, fate had begun weaving a story neither of them could have anticipated. Lily walked on, unaware that the simple decision to help a stranger would soon change her life in ways she couldn't yet imagine. Lily didn't notice at first, but a few blocks behind her, Alexander Reed had paused on the sidewalk. His crisp navy suit was damp at the hem, his polished shoes muddy, yet his attention was fixed entirely on her. Something about her, her urgency, the kindness in her eyes, the way she hadn't hesitated to help him, stuck with him. Most people would have ignored a stranger, especially someone who had just caused a minor inconvenience. Not her. He caught up with her, just as she stepped into a quiet cafe to catch her breath. "Excuse me," he called softly. Not wanting to startle her, Lily spun around, startled, clutching her bag to her chest. I didn't mean to," she began, but he raised a hand. "Relax," he said with a small smile. "I just wanted to thank you properly." "Can I buy you a coffee?" Lily hesitated. This was unusual, but something in his calm tone made her nod. She followed him inside, trying not to think about her ruined interview. The cafe smelled of fresh pastries and strong espresso. They found a corner table, and Alexander ordered 2 lattes. Lily kept her hands wrapped around the warm cup, feeling slightly embarrassed. "Are you always this kind to strangers?" he asked, curious eye. "I don't know," Lily admitted, shrugging. "I guess I just couldn't let someone fall into that puddle." She smiled faintly, her embarrassment fading. "It's nothing, really." He studied her for a moment. "It's something most people would have kept walking. You didn't even think about what it might cost you." Lily frowned, suddenly remembering her missed interview. "Well, maybe I should have," she said bitterly. I wanted to help." Alexander nodded, leaning back. "That's rare these days. I appreciate it. Most people are too focused on their own problems. You, on the other hand, acted without thinking of yourself. That says a lot." They spent the next hour talking not just about trivial things, but about their dreams, their struggles, and what they hoped to achieve. Lily spoke about her ambitions in marketing, about the company she had been interviewing for, and the disappointment of missing the opportunity. Alexander listened intently, asking questions, sharing a bit about his own journey in the business world, how he had started from nothing and built a company from the ground up. As they prepared to leave, Alexander reached into his jacket pocket and handed her a sleek business card. "If you ever need guidance or luck, call me," he said. His eyes twinkling with amusement, Lily accepted it politely, slipping it into her bag without fully registering its significance. "Thank you," she murmured. "That's very kind of you." He smiled, tipping an imaginary hat. "Sometimes helping someone else opens doors you never expected. Just keep doing what you do, and the right opportunities will find you." Lily left the cafe with a strange feeling of hope. She didn't know it yet. But this brief encounter with a stranger in the rain was the beginning of something far bigger than an interview or a cup of coffee. Fate had a funny way of rewarding people who acted with kindness, and Alexander Reed was about to prove that, in ways she could never have imagined. Lily tried to push the encounter with Alexander Reed from her mind, but it kept resurfacing in the quiet moments between work and errands. The card he had given her sat in her bag like a small, tangible thread of possibility. She had almost forgotten it until a quiet Sunday morning, when the city streets were unusually calm, and she found herself staring at it. On impulse, she dialed the number. "Hello," a deep, calm voice answered. "This is Lily," she said, her voice slightly trembling. "Hi, we met the other day in the rain." There was a pause, then a warm chuckle. "Of course, Lily. How are you?" She felt her nerves ease slightly as he spoke. "I'm okay, I wasn't expecting this call to go anywhere." "I'm sorry, I know you're busy." "Not at all," Alexander said. "Actually, I wanted to reach out. I was thinking about that day and about your honesty and kindness. I'd like to offer you a position at my company. We're always looking for people who think beyond themselves, and I believe you have the drive and integrity that we value." Lily's jaw went slack. "You're offering me a job?" she asked, disbelieving, "even though I missed my interview at another company." "Yes," Alexander replied gently. "Life has a funny way of working out. Sometimes the right doors open when you least expect them. I think this could be a perfect fit for you. And honestly, I think you'd thrive here." The rest of the day passed in a blur, as Lily absorbed what had just happened. The position came with a competitive salary, opportunities for growth, and a team eager for fresh ideas. She felt a rush of excitement tinged with disbelief. One random act of kindness, helping a stranger in the rain, had altered the course of her life. She told her friends about it over coffee. Laughing at the irony, "I missed my dream interview," she said, shaking her head. "And now I've got a job that's even better than I imagined. All because I helped someone." Her friends stared at her astonished. "That's unbelievable," one of them said. "It's like something out of a movie." Lily smiled, feeling a mix of pride and gratitude. She knew she had worked hard, studied long hours, and prepared for opportunities. But she also realized that sometimes it wasn't just skill or preparation that counted. It was character integrity, the ability to act selflessly even when it might cost you. When Lily started her new role, she was determined to make the most of it. Her creativity, ambition, and attention to detail quickly caught the attention of her colleagues. Alexander checked in regularly, not as a boss but as a mentor, guiding her through decisions and offering insights into the business world. Lily often thought back to that rainy morning. She remembered the puddle, the startled look on Alexander's face, and the sudden rush of adrenaline when she decided to help him. That small moment, brief, unremarkable to anyone else, had set the stage for everything that followed. She had learned an invaluable lesson. Life had a way of rewarding those who chose compassion over convenience, generosity over self-interest, and in her heart she knew that this was only the beginning. Months passed and Lily's life had transformed in ways she could hardly have imagined. Her position at Alexander Reed's company had allowed her to showcase her creativity and determination, earning praise from colleagues and clients alike. The office, once intimidating and filled with accomplished professionals, now felt like a place where her ideas were valued. Each day she arrived with renewed confidence, knowing that her efforts were making a tangible difference. Alexander, true to his word, remained a mentor and friend. He never interfered unnecessarily, but his occasional guidance and thoughtful advice proved invaluable. Sometimes he shared stories of his early struggles as an entrepreneur. Other times he quietly encouraged her to take risks, reminding her that bold decisions often lead to the most meaningful rewards. Their bond was professional but personal too, built on mutual respect and trust. And Lily appreciated how genuine and grounded he was. Despite his success one chilly autumn evening, the company hosted a gala at a rooftop venue overlooking Manhattan. The skyline glimmered with thousands of lights, the city alive with energy beneath them. Lily arrived in a simple but elegant dress, Nervous but excited, she had been recognized as an integral part of the company's recent campaign, and tonight her contributions would be formally acknowledged. As she mingled with colleagues and industry leaders, she caught sight of Alexander across the room. His eyes met hers, and he offered a small, encouraging smile when the formal ceremony began. He stepped up to the podium. "Tonight we celebrate innovation, dedication, and integrity," Alexander said, his voice warm and commanding. "Among our team there is one individual whose honesty, hard work, and compassion have not only inspired all of us, but have also reminded me why we do what we do. Lily, please join me on stage." Lily's heart leapt as she walked toward him. The room applauded, and she felt a mix of pride, disbelief, and gratitude standing beside Alexander. She realized how far she had come, from a nervous girl running through the rain, missing her dream interview, to a confident professional being recognized for her contributions. Alexander continued, "It was a chance encounter on a rainy morning that brought Lily into our lives. She acted selflessly without expectation, and yet that simple act opened doors for herself and for all of us. Let this be a reminder that kindness, integrity, and courage are as important as skill and ambition." The applause swelled, and Lily felt tears prick at the corners of her eyes. She remembered the puddle, the spilled briefcase, and the fleeting moments of panic and hesitation that had led to this extraordinary outcome. Life, she realized, had a way of rewarding those who stayed true to themselves. Later that evening, as she and Alexander looked out over the twinkling city, Lily reflected on her journey. She had learned that opportunities could come in the most unexpected, forms that compassion could reshape destiny, and that small choices often had the power to change everything. For the first time in her life, Lily felt the deep certainty that she was exactly where she was meant to be, and as the city lights sparkled below, she smiled, knowing that one rainy morning in New York had forever altered the course of her life.